Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. So we're making good progress over here with the port, and look at this. I started another episode trying to kind of lay out our new construction area, and it kind of got a little bit challenging and difficult, and so I ended up spending an awful lot of time, and I thought instead of letting you guys sit through a 3-hour episode of trying to lay this thing out, I'll just do it and tell you what I've done after the fact. Okay, so if we zoom in a little bit, you can see we have here a bit of a rail loop. It is a one direction, so you come in from this direction or that direction and you loop in one direction around and you exit in your respective directions. Over here, we've got a passenger terminal more directly onto the main line. I like use of this area with the main line running through the middle. Somehow it feels normal, but I don't know how effective it'll be, but ultimately it's looking pretty good. It was quite a challenge to get everything in here. But now, so here, first thing, let's start from this side and move our way that way. We've got a aggregate unloading facility. And from there, we drop off coal over here, a smaller aggregate storage, and then gravel over here, a slightly larger one. Then from there, we've got a cement plant that's picking up directly from the coal and from the gravel. We also have a bit of a conveyor, chain of conveyors over here that's moving our gravel. Okay. Then from the cement plant, we've got a combination bulk cement storage plus a railway station. So that's a storage plus railway, so we can load and store there. We then have a coal conveyor that runs alongside here. Okay. From the cement conveyor, we also have this bulk conveyor that goes to the concrete plant, and we can see we also from here have gravel that's going into the concrete plant, and then we've got a helicopter pickup area, 3 bays for that. Again, another extension of the cement is over here to the prefab panel factory. Ooh, and we've got gravel coming in as well. So prefabs. This then directly connects onto a open storage where we can put our prefabs, and it also connects directly to the rail. The next thing is this, I believe. Yeah, this was an open space of a piece of open land in the end, and so I just put a fire station in there plus a helipad. Then the next one we've got is just move on along here. So the extension of the coal goes to the brick factory. We've got a fire. Hopefully our guys will take care of it. So we've got coal making bricks, and then the bricks goes into the open storage. And if we have a look, what else do we have? This was the fire department. Then here we've got the asphalt plant. So we've got the gravel making its way this way. And there is an underground piece of piping. There is a bitumen storage, a small one, I might add. And this is the drop-off point for oil products. Here we've got fuel, and this is a distribution office, which I'm not sure I'm going to keep, considering it's on the other side of the rail. But yeah, and generally that's it. On this side, we've got a gravel pickup truck aggregate loading facility over here. On this side, we've got a cargo loading area. What do they call it? Cargo... it's the road cargo station, and some more helicopter. Asphalt has helicopters as well. Helicopter helipads, and this one has helipads over here also. Now, so we can quite comfortably come around, pick up on by train, pick up on dry bulk over here, which is the cement. We can pick up bricks and prefab panels and move that through the rest of our area. We can also drop off boards and steel here and use this as a pickup area for construction offices that we need. I also had to kind of put a little bit of a road bridge in through here and make sure that that's how we're going to get connected and connect that back up to our road network over here, into Zactograd, basically. And I think a few construction offices are in order in this little area here. And I'm just kind of contemplating what we're doing with this storage over here. I thought I'd put fuel here for distribution, but I'm not too comfortable with a distribution office distributing fuel running back and forth across that. So I'm not sure I'm going to leave the distribution office there. I might move it into this area. And this area I thought might be a pretty good spot to just do a little bit of water work if we can get it to not be too polluted in this area. But I think it would be okay. The biggest polluter is that one, and it's pretty far away. These two will pollute, but maybe if we go onto the edge here, they're not massive polluters, I think. But anyway, that is it. Now, this took me ages to do. Yeah, it is crazy how long that took me. It was a little bit of a puzzle to kind of connect all of these things in together and make sure that all of their connections work without needing trucks to move things around. Okay, but we will move on from there. So that is a little bit of a recap of probably what happened in the last 2 or 3 hours of this game, in which I didn't actually record an episode. I started, but I stopped. Now, let's add the construction offices. So one thing is, I do have other construction offices. Let me have a look over here. If I go here to construction offices, do I have, yeah, here I have others, but for some reason, they're not actually being picked up. 10 vehicles, 20 vehicles, 32 vehicles. So I could use these guys. So how much of this was 39 tons of steel compared to that is 5.6 tons of steel. So I do wonder whether we do some of these slightly better construction offices over here. But before we do that, I'm gonna move this. I'm first gonna have a quick look if I grab this, because the one thing that I did kind of consider after the fact, yeah, we don't have any other factory connections into here. I do have over here. I was wondering whether I should put a port in here, be able to move potentially prefab panels via water, but I think rail is going to be sufficient. If I need to change up this side, I might do so in the future. Now, what I will in fact change is I will remove the distribution office, and I will remove the oil storage there. I think those two are just not going to work on the other side of the rail. Something with a low frequency crossing will be fine, but fuel distribution certainly is not that. Is not that. Now, what I will do is move our storage tank over here, and I think I was using the 600. So I'll move it. I could actually move it over there and do a separate loading facility. So let me move it over there, like so. So it will have a slightly longer pipeline, but I think that's okay. That's better than the alternative and having some having issues with crossings over the rail. So why are you do that? Oh, too long? No. Okay. Trim that back out. Ooh, that is a bit of a... Well, you know what? Let's place it... I don't think we have room to place it anywhere else, unless we place it over here and then we have our loading facility on the other side. That might be a reasonable way of dealing with it. So let's do that. We'll put it back in kind of on this side. Okay, so we'll do something like that. See if that works. Give me a little bit of a road connection down here. That's fine. Give me back that pipe storage, or that pipe connection, and we'll do that. And then I would like oil loading and unloading. What's the difference of this one? That's a rail. This is truck. So I thought I might do. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Let's just do this one here. I need to be a little bit more cautious about it. Can I don't know if I can do it over this way. Should be able to do this. Let's flip it around. Can't build due to infrastructure. What kind of infrastructure are we talking here? Aha. So let's do that. I think that'll work. We'll get ourselves the rest of that pipe, and that should work. The one thing I do think we need to put a pipe forwarding station. And I'm happy to put it there, to be honest. There we go. We'll have a pipe forwarding station. I believe we've got a pipe in there now, and what we'll do is we'll get a pipe to go that way. Yes, all together now. We'll get that moving. That's underground, under through there, and then we can pick up on this side. We've got a traffic jam somewhere of pretty big vehicles. Where is that? It's this guy seems to constantly be a bit of an issue, so we do need to maybe reconsider that line that we're using there. But I'll come back to that and see about that. So that will kind of sort that out. Now on this side, we need distribution. And I think the only distribution we really need in this area is going to be distribution for fuel. So put fuel distribution in there, and then I'll go and do the construction offices. Now, for construction offices, I thought a combination. So I would like to do, it started like this. So let's do one. Well, I'm going to do three plus a helicopter. So let's have a look. So if I flip it around, yeah, that's kind of the plan. So we'll put in those. I was kind of, actually, maybe we'll do 4. So if I do, yeah, something like this. Actually, I like it. It's kind of doing a pretty reasonable one. And then if we do a slightly smaller one over here for maybe, well, the buses could be. I don't think we need more than like 20 buses. So that seems to be like a reasonable. So this one will be open holes and mechanisms. That'll be concrete mixers. That'll be dumpers. This will be buses. And then I'll do a separate one for helicopters. And for helicopters, we could actually bring that in over here, so we have fuel delivered directly to the choppers. I'll have a look at it. So if we do that, I don't think we'll need extra choppers. Well, we could. Maybe we'll move this one and put some choppers in there. So we could do an extra 3 like that if we move this one down. So let's move that one down. That's not going to be an issue. So we get the fuel connected there. So this is going to be a pretty substantial piece of infrastructure for us. I believe that is sufficient. Is that kind of on the same angle? Not quite. Let's try that one more time. We'll move on to something else in just a minute. There we go. I think that's better use of the space. Yeah, that's good. And then what we'll do is we'll get the buses next to that. Buses. So 20 odd one over here. Actually, this is looking pretty reasonable. There we go. So this is a nice construction compound. That bridge might get a little bit busy. We don't have any other options of getting in there, so we'll just have to deal with it. I'd rather do that and tie this one in that way. That won't be used at all. We'll tie in those, plus we'll probably run, I'm not sure we're going to run that path all the way down there. There we go. And then we could just delete that little section there. And we could tie in like so and like so. That should work quite well. There we go. So that's all of our multiple access points in there. We could get an extra fuel station somewhere over here. Let's quickly have a look at just redoing this. Instead of using this pipe and pump forwarding station, let's just try what is this? What is that? That is weird. Hang on. Get rid of that thing, and then what I'll do is I'll trim this pipe back a little bit because there seems to be something wrong there. Let's do that. I think that kind of solved the issue. Now, what we would like to do is get a pump forwarding station, a usable one. We'll flip it around. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, I don't mind giving that a little up section there, and we'll go underground. We'll tie this one in there. We'll get that assigned, and we'll go underground again. And we'll assign that one over there, so we've got our helicopters nice and filled up with fuel directly. Excellent. So there we go. So that is now our construction setup completed. Okay, so one thing that I should have done here is built a pollution monitor, and it's still underway. It'll be finished in a few minutes. I want to double check if we don't use the so one of the things is there's been some comments, and I can't remember if that was in the section that I decided to throw away. But there's been some comments around pollution and using, or not pollution, but using the sewage treatment plant before actually throwing the water out, or the sewage water into the river. And I thought I'd build a pollution monitor here to just have a bit of a look at what that actually means for us. Operating without issues. We're doing a reasonable job here. We had a few escapes, but I think we're now managing our numbers pretty well here. Okay, I do want to get started on this. We are extending some of our roads. Our rail is doing a reasonable job. Obviously out of workers there. That's why they're kind of just like sleeping. Now this guy is all the way in here already, and its neighbor is getting along quite nicely. We could also then make a start on some of these sections, but it isn't looking too badly. We're doing a reasonable job here. How's this looking? Reasonable. How many workers? Yeah, I think we're holding on quite nicely with regards to all of these things. We can obviously export less power. That's not a big deal. How's this going? That's okay. I like that. These are pretty full, and our money is looking awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Our imports are so low, and our exports are huge. So that's good. That's really good. Okay, all of this stuff is underway. Let's double check that we've got everybody assigned to work on this. There's also some some roads coming in from this side direction. I don't know if I did that potentially in the episode that I ended up shelving, but these things are coming along really nicely. Moderate is doing its thing as well. Moderate air, on the other hand, is not been assigned to any of this, but I don't think that's necessary. And then one thing that I can probably make a start on is some of our road connections over here. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. To be honest, for all of this, let's assign some proper roads. No, not on that side. I'm going to kind of end it off on this side. So let's do all of that. And we'll even do these guys. So now oh, absolutely. We needed to do those. And we'll even do these. So we'll do all of this stuff. So there's a lot going on here. So I wouldn't mind getting our Kioski crews onto this so that we can make a start onto all of this. We do need to bring power in from probably over there, so there'll be some long power connections coming out this way. We're busy finishing off a few other roads here, and we'll have a look at what we're doing in some of our other areas. But absolutely, look at that. Look at the money we're generating at the moment. We've got reasonable supplies of things. Electronic components is not lasting. We're using it quicker than because of our exports and the likes. We're using it pretty quickly. So I might want to up our worker numbers here a little bit to maybe say 20 and up those guys. Well, I've already upped it to 10, so it shouldn't be too bad. We've got plastics hanging about. The plastics isn't a big deal, but we will need to use more plastics once we get this guy built and we're starting to make our own ships for export. That'll look quite a bit differently. Okay, there we go. Now, we can with all of this kind of underway, one of the things I did want to have a look at, okay, let's just see, did we get the pollution monitor up and running? We did. So let's see, what does that mean for us? We are dumping directly in here for quite a while, and we don't seem to have any impact. So, maybe the comments have been correct in saying that it really doesn't make a difference. So let's have a look. So there's an option for us to grab water directly from kind of the river, surface water outflow. And it tells us what 77% there, 77% here. Okay, so how does that differ to maybe picking it up on this side, where we should have less issues with it? Also 77%. So really, and over here where it's completely isolated, okay, so really it honestly does not make a difference, and we are wasting our time with the water treatment facility. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Now, I wouldn't mind starting a water treatment facility in this area. So let's have a bit of a look. So if we say we need a major... So this is the biggest one, right? 390. A big water treatment facility. And to be honest, a water treatment facility, over here, we'll be able to get workers to come out this way. I'm thinking pretty comfortably. Let's flip it around so we've got it over here somewhere. So we should be able to get workers in here. So there, we'll put a water treatment facility in here. We could even double it up. We could even double it up. If we were to do something like this, we could even double up and do an extra water treatment facility. And I'm pretty keen on actually doing something like that and make a major water hub in this area. We just need to make sure that we've got the workers. So how many workers does this actually take? 13. Come on, guys. That's easy stuff. Easy stuff. Now, the large water wells will also take workers. So let's get ourselves some big water wells going. That's 150, 150, 215, 200. So 215 is really then the big guys here. So I'll do 2 of them at least per one of these guys. Okay, so that's going to give us about. We need it pretty close to those guys. So what I'll do, I'll actually get the wells set up, maybe something like this. One well there. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. And one well on this side, and then maybe that's going to be just fine. We don't need lots of vehicles to come in here. It will need a delivery of chemicals every now and again, but that should be okay. So let's make a start on some underground piping. Nothing else is really going to work, and obviously it's not that kind of piping. It's this kind of piping. So let's make a start. That's pretty silly, right? Let's trim that back. Come on, honestly. The shift key doesn't want to work on this. Okay, now let's try that again by doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that, doing a little bit of this, and doing a little bit of that. So now that should give us plenty. 127 times 2 gives us about 260. And this guy gives us how much? Yeah, that's fine. So that's going to be able to accommodate everything for that. And then hang on, so what is that? If we get this running at full tilt, that's 215. So that gives us 430. So yeah, that's more than this thing can actually accommodate. So that's okay. So we'll leave that be. If needs be, we'll put 2 more pumps in here plus another facility over there. We'll make a start on this though. So from here, I'm going to do the large water pumping station. That one should be pumping way more, isn't it? It seems to use a lot more power in order to pump a lot more. So I'm pretty keen on. Yeah, we'll probably have to flip it around to get it to come from this side. But if we do something like that, we should be able to make use of it. So let's do that, that, and that. I think that will kind of hold through. And then what's the largest one that we've got? It's 500. The largest water tower. Again, we could just squeeze it in. I'm not sure we can squeeze it in over there. So the issue is we could actually just move it into this area here. There is road access here. We could bring it through to this side and make a start on getting it out over here. Get some water stored in this area. So where is my? Oh, that's this side with the item there. So let's do that. Alternatively, this one is 300. It will it'll look pretty unnatural for us. Okay, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it as is, and we'll start start building on all of this stuff. Okay, let's leave it there. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're going to slowly build some additional water infrastructure there. That's kind of the point of the operation. Now, let's have a quick look around and see how we're going with a lot of our construction items. I'm kind of tempted not to do too much more in here, but instead link these up. That's very slow, but that's okay. I'll give them a little bit more time. And then this guy, I will kind of just run directly across here. I'm not gonna grade separate that anymore. I kind of initially thought I would, but this road will be so not busy that it's going to be just fine. And then what we can do is we can run this a little bit closer and start looking at how we tie that in. We're already done with those sections though, so that is quite interesting. So the question is, do we... Just feels... Yeah, something like that feels... Yeah, absolutely. If we do that, it means we'll actually be able to... So we'll do that. Ooh, that's wrong. That is wrong. Interesting. Okay, let's throw that one out and we'll try that one more time. So it's actually from this side. There we go. I think that's enough. Does that feel natural? No, it doesn't. Let's give it a better curve. A better curve than that. Even that looks a little awkward. But yeah, it looks a little awkward that way. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these things that we've got here. Okay, let's try that one more time. And the idea is really that it wouldn't be the... Oh, hang on. I can just get rid of these things just to make sure they're not kind of in the way. Now, if we were to do something like this, it's kind of okay. Try it from there. Really? You don't even at all want to do that? It's not 100% straight, that, is it? Okay, and if we then tie it in over there, so that's kind of comfortable. Now, what I also would like to do is... Yeah. So if we do that, that seems pretty logical, right? Look at that. So how's that about... Yeah, look at that. I like that. That's much... Seems much nicer. Okay, so what we will need to do is... because now we're potentially having all kinds of issues here. Okay, all good there. We also need a little bit of this. Okay, good. Now let's get rid of some of the extra nodes in here. I think it makes too much of a difference, but let's do that. So that's our connection. So from here we can then get in there and make room for that. Ooh, you know what? I'm super keen on just running this guy straight. Oh yeah, that's much better. Trim this stuff out. Absolutely. trim that out. Trim it out. Clear this stuff out. We're gonna, once this is done, already got those over there, so let's just clear these out. Perfect. So there we go. I'd like this one. Once these are done, I'll do something from directly over here. So it'll be an enormous thing. And now I'm kind of tempted to just have another look at what we can do here with this. So let's clear out this, and we will also do that. Oh, I've lost the entire thing now. Nice. So let me that's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Now we're heading out off. Let's just bring this closer because it can't be that far away. Okay. If we look at that, can I please really, is that what they want to do? I'm assuming it's not the that's fairly reasonable. Okay, so that should work. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of these two, and then what we'll do is we'll have one that comes straight in there and ties in. We'll make a turn directly after this and head off over that way, and that'll kind of be our connection. So it's going to be pretty minor in terms of our impact to like these lines here. Okay, good. We'll leave it there until this moves a little bit forward. Then we'll bring this guy in. Excellent. So let's get that going. That's pretty good. I don't mind that straight section there. It's not at all a problem for us. I wouldn't mind getting some of these other things started now. This is all done all the way up here. How's this going? It's all under construction. How's this stuff going? Oh my goodness, look at that. Is this under construction? It is. We could probably do, let's just see. I think, did I assign it? Hang on. Let's just make sure everybody that needs to be assigned is assigned. So we're actually pretty close to getting our first access to a western border. Excellent. That's very good. That's very good. Now let's make things go a little quicker. This thing is not too far away. I don't think we're using the tunnel bore machine anymore, right? This guy still has got a few more days of work left. This one is tracking out quite nicely this way. I believe we've made a start on our bridges. Yes, we have. Are we using moderate over here? Moderate air. Let's get see if moderate air can bring some stuff over. But it's just concrete at the moment, and moderate doesn't actually. I don't think moderate brings concrete. Moderate air. Now, what's happening with this side? I don't think we're continuing our road just yet. How's the rail going? Oh, the rail is moving. No. Oh. So it's a little slow going in this respective area because of it. Okay, these roads are all done. I'm tempted to quickly do the other pieces of road. Please don't do that. Can I? some reason I cannot. So just go about doing that. So get those sections going, then they can move all the way around that way. There should be all kinds of road connections. And then the next thing I'm keen on is assigning the next sections of road. And then getting the crews to come and work on that. So we have a Virov sign. Well, now they are. So just keep going. There's plenty of work for us to do on this side, but I'm just happy that our rail is and our highway is extending. There's a lot of work to be done here. Luckily, from the other side, we will probably get this bridge built way before they get here. But there's plenty of work to be done. Still a lot of rail to be built. I'm quite happy with our tunnels. I wonder if I can replant the trees up here. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got probably a bit of a mix. Yeah, I think we can. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be much denser than it is already. And we've got a few acacia trees in there and maybe a couple of poplars, but maybe just like... Excellent, that should do the trick. Do we have any of these... Let's get a few random beech trees built as well. Just to fill that in a little bit at the moment, because the moment we built the tunnel or planned out the tunnel, that kind of was what happened there. But this is all good. We could actually make them one ways now, but there's no point actually. There's no point. We don't have the traffic or anything like that up there yet. Good. We can probably look at laying out some power over in this direction. Once this is up and running, we'll get some way more action going. Now, the other thing that we needed to do, so I thought we do have connections on this side. So if we wanted to bring some other stuff in here, we could. We could bring some stuff in, and we do have potential road connections down here to make that happen. This is going so slowly. I think the let's assign moderate actually as well. Moderate can quite comfortably come and help out on some of these things for us at the moment. But there's just so much going on. Let's come over here. I did park the Frida again because I think this thing was super full. Yeah, and it is still super full, and that's probably why we're seeing such enormous exports. So let's have a look. It's the end of July. Let's have a look at what those exports look like. Look at the coal now, guys. 250k per month on coal because of the extra train. And I think we could do a little bit more if we wanted to. Bitumen is looking a pretty healthy number. Electronics is a fairly low number, but is bringing in so much money. And then look at the food as well. So almost a million, just between those four top groups there. Then we've got mechanical components, we've got fuel, we've got chemicals, we've got power, we've got alcohol. So really our money is flying in at the moment. Now, got a few things in here which I thought I might just get sold. We really don't need to hang on these. We're definitely not going to use them. One thing that I did think is now the tunnel bore machine probably isn't working, so I can move it back. What is this guy saying? Let's just see where he's at. Because if you're stuck... Oh, okay. I get it. Now that we're here, we probably need some... We just need to kind of isolate this stuff. What? Can't actually fit in there. Well, so we'll have to see about squeezing something in there for the time being. Just do that so that we don't have these guys too stuck. Oh, and now this guy's fled the scene because of it. That's okay. Let's go back there and have another look. We can move this guy out. I wouldn't mind getting some more of these going. So we do need some additional of this stuff. And we can, of course, do that at our new area once it's built. But let's see. The tunnel bore machine should be parked here and not doing anything at the moment. So what I would do is let's move the tunnel bore machine to our depot. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll grab the EDK and bring it back so that we can potentially move on to some more work. So we stop producing some stuff. Okay, move the EDK back and we'll start working on other rail pieces again. Excellent. Now, I've had some comments again suggesting that maybe we should be working on some more tourist stuff. And we could actually run a tourist train. The problem is this guy, we don't have that much spare capacity here. Probably have more spare capacity on this side if we wanted to start running some tourist stuff here. Let's quickly have a look at where our unemployed population sits. So it's in here. So there was this one there. Citizens during free time. It's interesting. That's workers was unemployed yesterday. So a reasonable number over here. Yeah. And actually a pretty reasonable number on this side too. How many workers did you get? One. I don't get why we don't get workers here. What we can do is we can deliver a bit of fuel here, but I don't think that's necessarily going to make much of a difference. Let's deliver fuel over there and just make sure it actually gets some fuel. Stop some production here, but I'm sure it's back up and running again. Now, what we could do, we do have some facilities here that tourists might start enjoying, so maybe we can have a bit of a look. So if we have a look at tourists, what kind of fancy hotels do we have? If we were to do something like this, I'm pretty sure we can get the heating to work out. Yeah. So we can do a little bit of tourism on here. So you could maybe just jump in on this side and then we can build a few extra facilities for them. So let's get a hotel or two. Probably more of the larger hotels. The City Hotel is a 4-star and can accommodate 135 tourists. $400 tourists. I don't think we need as many. We don't have any 5. Ooh, that's a 5-star. Yeah, but a 5-star would just seem a little out of place here. This actually looks reasonably well. So if we do this, the only problem I have with that is that it needs a road connection, and that road connection will have to cross this line. So we'll have ourselves a little bit of a tourist facility. I always kind of plan to get a little bit more of tourism-y stuff going on over here. At the same time, I might do that. Okay, so let's get this road out here. We probably want the road to go out that way. Actually, that's much more natural. may not be natural there. So what I'm interested in doing is let's bring it in like that, and then we'll do a little bit of this. Okay, so let's get that going, and we'll get whoever we have available. You know what? We are missing a lot. Roads building, we don't need workers on the road building, but we do potentially need workers on this stuff. So the idea is really we have a look here, and we've got some facilities on site. And are we seeing workers? We do have some workers on site, but we're missing some workers. So let's get our Kioski guys to come and bring your workers in as well. So there's a lot of concrete being delivered, which is good. I don't mind that at all. Just go ahead, go nuts, keep doing it. Slow going on some of these things. That's brilliant. We'll oh, this is still underway. This is being built. There's just a lot going on. Let's plan out our tourist area just a little bit more. So we've got a little bit of a facility there. We'll get some stuff going on there. What else can we give them in terms of some fun? Indoor pool. We don't have an indoor pool. Nowhere around here. Really? We don't have any sport? There's an indoor pool. There is an indoor pool and they will have access to it, I'm pretty sure. So let's forget about the indoor pool. Let's see about something else instead. Don't really worry too much about the Republic Theatre. What's this? Yeah, some of these things are too big though. Yeah, I'm not doing major works here. Oh, that's a nice statue that I can put up somewhere. Good. I'm not doing it here though. No Palace of Culture. Pyramid Museum. I'm not opposed to it. It actually looks pretty nice with its curvature around the rail there. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad one for us. Let's do that, so we'll get a little bit more power options in here. Let's do a pyramid museum. That's not bad. Let's do that. Our local people will be able to access that as well. And then we'll see, is there anything a little smaller we can just add to the mix here? Beach bar. Just a pub? One of these cafes? Actually, that's pretty good. There we go. I think that's gonna do the trick. It's got a little bit of tourism in here. We could squeeze in another hotel, but I think that's going to be good. Our own little tourist trap right over here. Hopefully that does quite a reasonable job, and we'll put a train on it and we'll drop the tourists off on this side. That'll be really nice. We just need to make sure that we've got plenty of little paths and things connecting to the other side, so it's easy for everybody to get where they want to go. I think, I want to do one more thing before I end this, and let's have a look again here. Yeah, it's really not causing any pollution, so that is an interesting one for us. Okay. Now, I thought I'll have a bit of a look here. Let's, I thought, in rethinking this thing, I think we should just drop it off completely. So let's get it heightened from the center, and we'll... get rid of all of this stuff because it's been a bit of a... We shouldn't have done... We shouldn't have... I mean, it's going to be a crazy amount of earthworks for not a lot of benefit there. So let's do that. That should dip it off quite a lot. And then what we'll do is we'll just smooth it out a little bit. We've had a bit of a train collision somewhere. If we do a little bit of this, there we go. So something like that should really work. I can trim that back if we need to. Let's, yeah, it's not quite where I want to cross, right? So if we were to say, we would like to cross from there. This guy's not quite in the right spot then. So what I'll do is I'll heighten from the center or level the terrain from the center, and we'll just move it over a little bit until we reach such a point where we can actually accept that rail bridge. I think we're about there. Okay, I think we're about there. So let's try and do a straight line over here. So that, I think, should be fine in terms of giving us a bit of a bridge. Now, did we want to do anything slightly different? Did we want to potentially do something like that? I actually like it. This is faster though. Oh, and it needs to be electrified. Okay. I can obviously re-angle this. That's not a big deal. So let's trim that guy back. We want an electrified version. Let's look at that. How does that work? Actually, that's okay. Let's do this one. We need to run them from the same side in order to get those piers as close as possible. These obviously are trying to conform to the road, so that's okay. What I will do is I will trim back these two and just try and straighten that up again now. Perfect. So that's nice and straight now. So that's not what we're going to do here. Let's trim that back. Okay, let's trim that back and we'll try and run it from here. So if I were to... Really? Okay, and now this one. Okay, there we go. That's fairly comfortable. I'm fairly comfortable with that. And what I thought I'd do is I just try and run that as, well, where would we want to tie that in? Is that a good tie-in? That's actually not a bad tie-in at all. Come on. That's okay. So these are pretty natural curves, I would imagine. And then we're going straight for fairly long distances. And we'll cross that piece there. And I'd rather we try and smooth that a little bit. That seems a little awkward. I think that's okay, and that gets us to point where we could probably go up here. We could even do a little something. There's a fair bit of room in here if we wanted to do something else. Now, the idea is... Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so let's put that in place. I'm not sure that's... Well, it's not that steep. It is a little bit steep, but it's not that steep. It's not like the road over here. We have gone up a section that's not that steep at all. Excellent. So I like the idea. This is a pretty good spot. Now, the question in my mind has always been, do I now... I have a fair bit of room to tie into this side also, but it might not necessarily be required. So what we will do is we'll place some... We'll remember to place some signals in here so we don't mess things up too badly. So that's going to be the connection through there. Let's assign that to get going. This guy comes up this way. Now the question also could be whether we could get gravel over here. Right? This is gravel, right? Gravel quarry. Yeah, this is pretty good gravel area. We could do a bit of a gravel piece in this area. Now, if we were to run the rail, yeah, I'm not sure there's another option. Oh well, we could run it up this way instead. But yeah, we could do a rail. We could do something with gravel here if we had people. We do need some people, otherwise we can just get quarried stone. So anyway, that's a bit of an extension of our rail. We can look at how we tie in. We could obviously just do that. That might be the cleanest option, just to tie in over there and have this. But this is a pretty long detour. Rain is waiting too long. No. Why is this? Why are you... Where are you going? Okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? Just start ignoring the signals, please. There we go. We definitely don't want to run into too many problems that way. This is underway. That bridge has been built. Oh, you started building. Interesting. Okay, hang on. We need extra stuff in here, actually. Just do that. I think that'll keep things... Yeah, this area, at least we don't have anything actually happening here. Oh, look at this! Actually building it properly already. Nice. Well, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. There's some stuff that you could still be working on over here. And then on the other side, because this is all done. This is all done, guys. Look at this. We are ready to do it. Now, it's the end of the episode. But if we wanted to buy a blueprint, $1 blueprint, we can get oh, this is dollars. We don't actually have the dollars to do that. So let's park that one for the minute. Now, if we wanted Container Express, we can have let's have a quick look. So we've got Frida. At 2 million rubles, we can buy the Frida. And Frida, I think we can sell for a reasonable chunk of money. Right? Look at that, the tanker, the Pride. I'm not buying that. That's all my money. But we can comfortably buy one of these blueprints and start building them. And then what do they take to build? The resources needed to manufacture. A fair bit of steel, actually, but not much else. Not a lot of fabric, not a lot of mechanical components or plastics or electronics. It's just steel. If we go to, say, something like the hopper ship, yeah, I don't think that makes much of a difference, really. And the container express, fairly similar. So I think the Frida is probably a good one. This guy? So let's have a quick look. If I wanted to buy some ships, let's go over here. So if I sold my current Frida, no, I can't do that. So let's, if I wanted to buy some ships, Frida is about 2 million. And where was the Iganov? Yeah, there it is. So just about 1 million. Yeah, okay. So compared to the exports, yeah, so the Frida is really, I think the Frida is a good one for us. If we can sell Fridas for like 2 million a pop, that wouldn't be bad. That would not be bad. Okay, guys, so we're in a position where let's just get our rail guys to come and actually focus their attention on some of these other sections here, because I think it's more important that we actually start finishing off some of this stuff. So yeah, make a start on that. I want all these new ones to kind of take a bit more priority for me, and I'll put that one to high priority as well. So please start working on this instead here, and we'll have one more quick look at what's going on up here. Yeah, there's a lot of work that's kind of going on through there. We haven't actually finished off any of this yet. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more of this finished off, but it's not the end of the world. We're not in need of it at the moment. And other than that, our money is looking so healthy. Even all of this work has been done. Okay, let's, one thing that I'll quickly do is that. Let's switch off the snapping. Okay, we'll do that. We'll tie this one in here, and we'll tie that one up there. We'll do this, and we'll get whoever wants to come and work on it. Moderate as well. Come and work on it so we can slowly get that done. That would be good. That would be awesome if we can get a little bit of this moving. That would be good. That's a little tourist trap right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Excellent. Slow going on this, and this will take a while. Hopefully the rails here aren't going to be too disruptive, but I wouldn't mind getting as much of the rail built as we can. And then continuing some of the other things. There's so much going on. So much going on. Now that we've got that connection up, we can probably make a start on some additional pieces of work here. Let's get Kowski assigned to that. That would be good. Yeah, there's a long stretch that needs to happen there. And ooh, that section's looking good. We can probably look at our tie-in over here. And let's just see, did the road get built? Awesome. Oh, no. There's a section missing. There is a section missing from here. Let's just get, no. Get that moving. Okay, can I? Now I can't do that anymore. That's okay. We'll just do separate sections. We'll just do separate sections. And we'll get Kowski again assigned over here to start working on the next piece. This piece is almost done. We can also get those guys to start working from this side. And then we can start getting them to work on the freeway from this area. Because ultimately, one of our next cities is going to go in this area here. So wouldn't mind getting a little bit more built in here. And once we get that up and running, we'll have a pretty reasonable crew of workers to come, or crew of construction vehicles and stuff to come and build our city here, and then come and build our big steel facility. Got lots of steel at the moment, but obviously we need we need more. We need more. Let's also get that section going, and we can also get Kowski assigned to that. That's actually now the entire section is now ready to go. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for watching another fully packed episode of all kinds of bits and pieces that we've done. But I think we're making good progress. Our money is looking super healthy, and I like this area here. It'll be, once it's built, it'll look so... I like the idea of Zactograd and how Zactograd is actually conforming to the islands here. I do like it. We're trying to maximize what we can use. We are terraforming a little bit, but ultimately we're trying to conform to what nature has given us here. And I think that makes for much more interesting cities. So I hope you agree with me. If you have, please hit that like button. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of the layouts of our cities in general. I do like them. I do think it's a little bit more natural than some of the square blocks that is obviously more optimal, but just doesn't look quite right in this game. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.